Hey guys, Teacher Amanda here with you again. I wanted to get a new video out to you all today to give you an update on the new interview process. If you've watched my previous videos, you know that the mock classes have actually changed a bit. So initially, your first mock class would have been a lower level course. That would be like a young child, probably about 5 years old. And then your second mock class would have been a young and an old child combined. So now they have actually flip-flopped. And so the first mock class is the young and old, and the mock mentor will evaluate which level you're appropriate for, and then you will do that what level. So if you were approved for the intermediate level, this video is for you. I'm going to give you tips and tricks on how to pass your intermediate level mock 2 class today, and you'll have to forgive the choppiness of this video. I want to be very succinct, but I also want to give you specific details to help you pass without really revealing too much of what is on the slides. So you are going to need your PowerPoint pulled up to kind of get what I'm saying when I reference these things. So if you want to run these videos side by side or pause and play, you can just pause and play along with me as we go. So let's get started. My number 1 tip, the first one, is to read the teacher's directions, follow them very closely. Number 2, read your objectives and make sure that you're meeting your objectives as you make your way through your slides. Number 3, watch your time. You need to be 25 minutes. You do not need to be under. So 25 minutes and 30 seconds, 26 minutes, great. 24 is not good. So you need to work on your pacing. Now let's get into the actual slides. The first thing that you do when you begin the class, always, no matter what the age, greet the student very warmly. Hello, how are you? My name is Amanda. What is your name? How old are you? 11. That's great. Let's go. Cindy, today, when you do a good job, you get this reward. Insert your own reward system here. Now, for your reward system, I suggest to all of my mock class candidates that you do a star reward system and you do a regular reward system. The intervals of this are 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10. Like this. So let's say your reward is to get apples on a tree. You will give your apple. At 5 minutes, you will give a star. At 7.5 minutes, you will give an apple. At 10 minutes, you will give a star. So just kind of whatever slide you're on when you're in that phase, that's how you're going to give your rewards. So Cindy, today, when you do a good job, you can add an apple to the tree. And okay, you're doing great. You get 1 apple. Whatever. I'm obviously just making this up off the top of my head. I've never used this. Okay, so you won't have the stars in your mock classroom. What you can do is draw stars on a little post-it note or on your whiteboard, draw a star. You get 1 star. Or post-it note stars, 5 stars. Now, when you intro the reward system, you don't have to intro the stars. The student knows the stars. They kind of just want to know what your reward system for the day is going to be. So that's the reward slide. Moving along, the warm-up slide. Okay, there is quite a bit of wording here, and what you are going to do is just read maybe every 2 lines and ask the student to repeat. Or, option 2, read the whole poem very animated, lots of TPR, and then say, now you read the poem. Something of that nature. Okay, getting into the actual lesson. Okay, so, and I'm not going to go through slide by slide of how this works, but I'm just going to kind of give you an idea. When you have the solid box with a red word, those are the vocabulary words for the day. You are going to pronounce them for the student. Environment. Environment. Very good. Can you read? What is an environment? Good. Let's read about an environment. So on these upper level courses, the student is going to read a lot. Sometimes the teacher directions will say, you read, but you can assume if it's not written in the directions, it's for the student to read. Then, any pictures that you see, this discussion will be led by you. What do you see? What is your environment like? Do you live in a cold environment? And you can discuss each picture. You can pick one picture. Can you circle? Which one is your environment? Something like that. If they say, I don't know, or I don't have these environments, you can explain, a city is an environment, and kind of explain that. Okay. The same thing as you go through these. Obviously, you're going to follow the teacher directions very closely. Underline any new vocabulary. As you read, you're going to underline any mispronounced words, any grammar mistakes. You're going to underline these. Don't jump in and correct as they're reading. Wait till they finish. Underline the sentence where they made the mistake, and then correct them, have them repeat. Okay. Always ask the questions, or ask a question at the end of the slide, just to check the student's understanding. So you don't want to get sucked into a long conversation, but you can ask and maybe help them form a succinct answer to your question. Anything, and these kind of go on as for a while, where the student reads and you kind of discuss, and it's very straightforward in that way. Like I said, you're looking for grammatical errors. You're looking for a natural pace, a natural cadence to their speech, and helping them create that. You're looking to help them create a sentence pattern to answer questions. And you're also looking to have conversation and to help them improve their fluency through conversation. So, and testing for their understanding, the reading comprehension, which is really important. Okay, so the next question is actually a story, and it's a fairly long story. And what you can do here is say, I read, then you read. And you'll read a little chunk and you'll say, okay, you read. And kind of follow them, do the corrections. I usually read the beginning and then ask them to read the end. That way there's a stopping point for them before we switch slides. You can ask the next question. Great reading! What can people do to help their environment? Asking little questions like that as you go through. And then, again, checking for comprehension, making sure that they understand the order of the story. You can even, if you feel like this might run long, you can time them. Okay, Karen, you have 30 seconds. Can you number these pictures? 1, 2, 3, 4. How did they go? What was first? Yes, now 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? Go! Something like that would be great. And again, guys, I'm just kind of doing this on the fly, so I hope that it's coming across to you the way that I'm meaning for it to. Again, comprehension questions, have a conversation. Again, you're going to correct grammar, you're going to correct pronunciation, you're going to look for an appropriate cadence. So if they say something and it's right, they got the gist of it, but they didn't quite say it correctly or express themselves correctly, you can go back and make a correction. We do not say this. You should say, Yes, great. Okay. When you get to the grammar, now this is a part that can trip some people up, and there is quite a bit of grammar with VIPKID, and especially in these upper levels. So I would suggest that you do spend some time making sure that you understand what they're saying. And here is how I do the grammar section. So you're going to read read the point. So it's in like a little speech bubble. Read that, and then read their example. You make an example. They make an example. That way you know that they understand what you mean. So I always try to make it something interesting, or maybe something fun, or maybe something that has to do with their hobbies. That way they can kind of get involved and be more engaged with the story. Okay. You can have them read the sentences, which are examples, and just again understand or help them to understand the grammatical point, correct any errors. The next one, you'll have 3 choices for the time that an event took place. It's kind of on a little sign. You can have them draw a line. This is fun. Draw a line to past, present, or future, and have them read and then draw the line. It also says that the teacher can read a sentence. So you can start by reading number 1 and say, number 1, read the sentence, is this past, present, or future? And have them choose, this is the past. Okay, can you read number 2? Past, present, or future? Then you read number 3 and have them read number 4. These are really good tips on how to speed up the pace of the class if the student is a little bit slow on their pacing. Okay, again, kind of checking for the grammar, checking for the comprehension as we do this. Okay, next is a phonics section. So it's going to be very simple. You don't want to make it too complicated. Read what's on the slide. They've thoughtfully put this speech bubble at the top of the slide, so use that and kind of explain it. The little boxes, you can say, can you read and draw a circle around the box and have them read the words in the box, and hopefully they can understand what you're saying, and I assume that they will for the mock class. Okay. The next one is kind of a little game. I would say something along the lines of, sometimes Y makes a E sound. Can you read these E sound words? And have them read, sometimes Y makes a y sound. Y. Circle. Can you read the y sound? Okay. This is a kind of an interesting topic. Then you have a very simple kind of visual here, and you can say, can you read these E sound words? And have them write the word and read. Very simple. So as you're closing up the slide, we're doing more comprehension. So you can say, can you read these words at the top? And you can say, match the word to the picture, or match the word to the sentence. And after they do that, you can say, match the sentence to a picture. And they can evaluate the pictures, and you can talk about them. At the very end of the class is a conversation. So you will just be yourself. Ask the questions at the bottom of the slide. Make sure that you've nailed down all the objectives and that you're positive that they understand. And you can also use call to mind the grammar that we just did in closing out the slide number 23. Use the grammar. You can say like, what will be, what will Earth be like in the future, or something along those lines. So this is just evaluating comprehension. The good thing about this is that it's very conversational, and if you've been chosen for these higher level classes, congratulations, because they're very fun and exciting. And I hope that this was helpful to you, to see that a lot of it is conversational. A lot of it is listening very carefully and correcting their speech, explaining some of the more complicated grammar rules and things of that nature. So like I said, I hope this was helpful to you guys. I really wanted to get it out in a timely fashion because so many of you watched my other videos, and I know you depended on those to get through. So I hope this was helpful to you. You can always email me if you'll subscribe to me and go to my channel. My email is listed there, as well as my referral link if you want to apply through me. I help people get hired every day with VIPKID. It seems like lately it's been every day 2 or 3 people are getting hired with me, and I'm so proud of the work that we've been able to do together. So thank you all for your support. Thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for subscribing, giving a thumbs up, sharing with your friends. I appreciate it so much. I will see you all in your own VIPKID classroom when you pass your mock too. Bye-bye.